I cannot believe what I saw with my own two eyes. So much so that I had to come here and make this video. I'm going to tell you what I saw, what happened, and believe me, you don't want to miss this in this edition of the Steve Champagne Radio Show. Welcome to the Steve Champagne Radio Show. New viewers to the channel, welcome. However, wherever you might be watching, possibly in the bathroom, taking a poop. You never know about these things, but I got to tell you what I saw today. I have never seen in all my years of living. In fact, it was quite a shocking experience. I would like to share that with you now, but before I do, I invite you to join us right here at the Steve Champagne Radio Show. I read every single comment, and I am very curious to see what you would have to say about this story that I'm about to tell you now. All right, so it's pretty simple. I have to go to the bank. I'm going on vacation. Okay, no big deal. You go to the bank, right? As I'm getting to the bank, I have to go through this little shopping plaza thing to get to the bank. But I noticed there was a lot of action by the bank. In fact, there were 2 cop cars, a state patrol policeman, and 2 Brinks trucks. Wow. I'm thinking, what's going on here? I try to pull into the parking lot. There's an armed guard there. Wants to know my business at the bank. I tell him that I'm going on vacation. I need to take some money. He says, you can go to the ATM. I said, well, I'm going to get a decent amount, so I don't think I can do that. He says, okay. He lets me through. I pull up, get out of the vehicle. There's another armed guard before you get into the doorway. I'm thinking at this point, did this place just get robbed? What just happened here? Because, I've never seen anything like this. So I go into the bank. There's 2 more armed guards in there. There's 1 person sitting at the counter or standing at the counter getting waited on by a teller. There's an elderly lady, 75 or so years old, give or take a few years. She's definitely not younger than 70. She could be 80. I don't know. But, she's sitting there in a decent dress, nothing elegant, but she's sitting there. And she's sitting to where she would be going up to the teller, like kind of in line, the way the bank is designed. But anyways, I say, hey, you next? She goes, no. She said, I'm just waiting for them to deliver me my $2 million. Well, because I'm a jovial person, I make a lot of pranks. I say to her, I said, well, then loan me 20, will you? And she kind of laughed. I figured she was joking about the $2 million. But as I got up to the counter and, started to take care of my business, I got to thinking, is she serious? So I asked the teller, is that lady really getting $2 million? And she said, yes, she is. I got done with my business. I turned around to her. I said, you're really getting $2 million. She goes, yeah, they'll be bringing it out here soon. I said, I've never seen $2 million. She said, well, you can see it if you want to. She was very nice, very friendly. There was a black guy that wasn't a police officer, about 6-8 feet from her, kind of standing with his arms behind his back. He was about 6'5", 6'6", 350 plus pounds. I mean, just a monster of a man. And, well, I said, well, yeah, I would like to. I never seen $2 million. Now, I didn't have my phone with me. I left it in the car. I didn't need to bring it in. What for? There's no reason to. So I didn't get a picture. But they started to bring the money out, and I was escorted out of the building by an armed guard. And then they locked the door behind me. And I sat in my car and was just in complete disbelief. This lady was getting $2 million cash. I'm thinking, $2 million in cash. I mean, if it's a big transaction, if you get a cashier's check, right? I mean, I never had $2 million. I don't know. But she's getting it for some reason. I don't know if it's a lottery thing. I don't know if she's just ungodly rich. But I noticed in the parking lot, there wasn't no $250,000, $200,000 car there. In fact, maybe a $50,000 car. Maybe. But I didn't see no expensive cars. And this very polite, well-mannered black lady, elderly, was getting $2 million in cash. Shocking. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts? Do you have any ideas? Enlighten me. Help me. I do read every single comment. I invite you to join us. Over 900 subscribers in the last 20 days. We would love for you to be a part of this channel. In the meantime, that's all I got for now. I'm getting ready to go on vacation. That's what I'm going to do. Peace with chicken grease. Till next time, take care.